about that kind of rainfall coming in and that risk for some kind of flooding, we all think about infrastructure. We all think about our basements, and especially the places here in Southeast Michigan that are prone to that kind of flooding. So joining me right now is Suzanne Coffey. She is the CEO of the Great Lakes Water. And when we think about infrastructure, we definitely think about rains that happened the last 2 years ago. But Suzanne joins me now to talk about some of the preparations, the way or that homeowners should be thinking about should we get that kind of rain. Suzanne, thanks for joining me here on the Daily Plus Live.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very, very happy to be here.
Oh, I can't quite hear Suzanne. Suzanne, can you hear me?
I can hear you well. I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Thanks so much for helping us work through the technical bugs here. All right, what should homeowners be thinking about today? What are you thinking about at the Great Lakes Water Authority when we see this kind of forecast for this evening?
Yeah, good question. So homeowners, let's talk about that first. You should know when you see this kind of weather come along, when you start to see these kinds of warnings, think about things that you could do to prepare. What things you can do is you can get up and make sure your gutters are clean. That's an important thing to do safely, but it's important clean, that the water from your gutters, if it goes into your yard, is going away from your home. You can make sure that catch basins in front of your home clean so that the water really does drain out of the streets very efficiently. And if you are in flood prone areas, we always talk about look at what you've got in your basement. If you've got valuables in your basement, something that you can, do to lift them up off the floor, take them out of your basement. We always think that's important. Rain forecast, the regional system itself, we're ready. But rain can be spent. Rain predictions can change very rapidly. So we're always out for summer thunder showers. We see a lot of intense rains around the so we're ready. The system, the regional system itself is functioning in dry flow right now. So it's got room, but pipes have certain limitations. And if we have a very spotty shower, it's very intense, there might be a problem in your neighborhood and might not be a problem in the neighborhood next to yours. So just watch for those types of things. But yep, we're staffing our facilities, the ones that we have, focus on the east side that we talked about at different times in the past. We have team members there. We've you asked a question about our resiliency. One of the things that we've done and probably heard us talk about is the fact that we have increased significantly our electrical resiliency over there on that side. DTE power feeds, multiple power feeds to facilities, staffing those facilities, testing those pumps. So we're ready certainly for the forecast, and we're prepared in case some other than the forecast comes our way.
Yeah, I think that's part of it because things can change, and we're seeing these once in 100-year events happening with more just here, but of course around the country. You talked a little bit, Suzanne, about I think we won back in June when we had the significant power failure and the pumping stations go down. Was there any other kind of infrastructure that were made in the last couple of years that you can tell homeowners about?
Absolutely. So, we got the power feeds, more relief feeds from DTE, but we also replaced transformers at our food production. We added power quality monitors to all of our wet weather facilities. Monitoring devices or instruments that help us the power that's coming in is sufficient for us, and so those things are important, and they're things that allow us to look ahead of time and be prepared. We've done some fairly innovative ways to try testing these pumps. The large pumps we have in some of these facilities really only activate, and it's challenging to test them in dry weather, but we've had some success working through ways to do that. So those are some of the things that we've done. We continue to work on a large capital improvement project over on the east side to do upgrades or replacements of those pump stations, as hundreds of millions of dollars of investment there. So we continue to work on the design of those. And one of the other things I think is important for citizens to know and understand is that we are also looking at long-term planning. We have partnered with the Army Corps of Engineers. We have received an authorization from the Water Resources Development Act from the federal government, and was in the president's proposed budget, a study This is a Southeast Michigan regional flood resiliency study. So up to this point, GLWA has worked primarily studying combined sewer and separated sewer pipes. We will add to it potential surface flooding, resiliency efforts. Is the rainfall getting intense? As you indicated, we're seeing and experiencing more intense rainfall. So bringing other branches of the federal government like NOAA into the conversation about what can we expect here in Southeast Michigan. So we anticipate an appropriation for the particular study so that we can start it this year and we can take a big picture. Other large urban areas have done this, and this is something we're really looking forward to getting started in.
And that'll be great to be that kind of information going forward. Suzanne Coffey, the CEO of the Great Lakes Water Authority, joining us and giving us an idea of how you're ready, and we'll continue to watch with you a little bit later on this summer as the weather pops up. Appreciate it.